Yeah, hi Rahul, can you hear me?
Yeah, Sunil.
Yeah, I can hear
you. Yeah, sure. Okay, I thought like my speakers were not working or something. Okay.
No, I just, we're just waiting that the give opportunity if somebody else is joining. So wait for 2-3 minutes. At exactly next 2-3 minutes, we'll start.
No rush.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Francis.
How are you? How are you?
Yeah, doing good. What about you?
I'm doing good. I'm going through every recording. I have to delete. I have some things, some tutorials and things that I have done in AWS previously.
Okay.
I have to delete a lot of things because I was having problems connecting to my entities, but now I'm doing well. I think I'm a little behind, but I will do it.
I'm sorry, what you said, Francis, I missed the last one.
I was having big problems communicating with connecting to the entities, and instead I have gateways and things. I have several things that were all, and I have to delete and begin from scratch. So I'm beginning from scratch, and I will complete every part.
That's fine. That's fine. Take your time. So as I said, right, so earlier as well, I mentioned that, don't think that the class will end tomorrow. So after that, I'll not be available. I'll be available if you can drop me an email, anything needed. I'll definitely support. Okay. And I'll be available through those guys with the unit system skills if you connect me via them. So I'll be available there. So don't worry about it. Okay, so I think we should start. Okay, so might be Bernie will join maybe with delayed. Okay, so anyway, two other people, Alex and Nasima, is not joining daily. So only Bernie is expected. Might be he will be a bit delayed or something. Okay, so as we start on daily, right, with the questions. Okay, so if there is anything that is, so remember again that we are on day 9 today. So tomorrow, as planned, actually today should be the last day. 18th should have been last day, but because we missed one day, so that's why we will be completing it tomorrow. Okay, so today the day 9, tomorrow will be the day 10. Okay, tomorrow we'll give 5 minutes to each of you for your presentation skills. So just to just to cover it, pick any one subject which you think that you're just 5-10 minutes if you can give me some presentation, practical or documentational, whatever you are feeling comfortable. I'm more than happy. Even though any subject which is being overlapping between student, then also I don't see any problem, because I'm mainly looking for the how you feel around it. How if you pick any service, let's suppose S3 or Kubernetes or Jenkins, so how what exactly your thinking is around it. Okay, so just pick anything, any one, so should be enough. And then final day examination will be also there, that I'll share you the examination question paper that you can solve me and sell me later, because I know that the usually I used to give 2 hour window in the last day for examination, but because we are a bit behind, so might be that 2 hour we utilize to finalize the entire lecture. And solution part, the examination part, you can do by yourself, but anyway I'll not be sitting there, so that time will utilize to cover our whatever the rest things. Okay, any question from anyone? Good. Okay, so let's start for the day. Okay, I have shared the documentation for entire 10 days. Hopefully everybody got it, download it. Okay, I shared the link as well. I will, if you have already downloaded it, because it's a public, right? So anybody can access it. So I'll change that setting. The public should not be there. Okay, so if you have already done it, maybe till tomorrow I'll keep it open, so make sure you download it. Okay, then I'll change that setting so that it should not be public, so anybody should not be able to download it. Yeah. Okay, so we have to finalize the day 7, then day 8, and then day 9. Okay, so this I think networking sections we have already discussed. Okay, so what there are two things. Okay, Nagios also we discuss on that day, right? Hopefully, okay, yeah, Nagios was the final one, right? I remember that the Nagios setup we have done on AWS. Okay, let me just log in there. Any question around Nagios? I think Nagios client and both the setup we have done on that day. I recall properly, if I recall properly. Okay, so the last thing was left out was CloudFormation on that day. Okay, for monitoring purpose, we have completed this one before this. So module setup and client registration. Okay, so remember these things we have done it on that day. Okay, so our master was there, our Nagios master was there, from where we have initially we were facing some issues where we have to fix the binary issue, right? There was some modification was needed. I think that I have already done in the documentation. I'll just verify it. Yeah, I have updated on that day. Yeah, so that update also, hopefully you have also updated your documentation. If you have not, then what I'll do, where exactly we were facing some issue. Number, okay, after this, here, right? These things we were facing issue where it was asking us to install it, and we were not able to install this. Okay, so this thing we have done it. Okay, wget, yep, this is the one. Okay, so let me just upload it on the S3. This is the latest one. So just in case if you need that updated one, you can download that one. Just replace with the current documentation that you have. Okay, I'll just upload only one file because the rest of the things, if I'll go in adding, it will take some time, right? So I'll not go adding entirely. So, okay, lab and majesty. Okay, just understand as well what I'm doing. Like, if you, let's suppose you have to make something public, how you can make that, right? All these things, just make sure you understand that one as well. Do it 1, 2 times, then, you'll be comfortable that how exactly we can make it public, how exactly it works and all those things. Okay, so I'm just sharing it. Just download this latest documentation. Okay, for Node.js. I've shared with everyone. I will send an email as well after this class. Okay, let's focus on the rest of the items which was left out. So only one thing was left out is AWS provisioning. Okay, that we are going to talk about, which is called CloudFormation actually. And then we'll jump on the Kubernetes, which is day 8. Okay, so we are going to talk about two different concepts. One is the AWS CloudFormation. One is AWS CloudFormation, and another one is Beanstalk. Okay, two different things are there. CloudWatch, I think I have briefed you already, but yeah, fine. I'll just do quick things as well. Okay, now we will talk about CloudFormation, right? So I told you, right, why the CloudFormation is being used. Okay, so CloudFormation is being used for mainly a provisioning part, right? To complete the provisioning. When I'm saying provisioning, what exactly the meaning of provisioning? Provisioning means something creation, right? Like when I'm saying resource creation, how you can create the resources for that purpose, you'll be using CloudFormation. Okay, so like we have utilized Terraform, right? You can say exactly Terraform equal to CloudFormation. Same thing, your Terraform is doing, same thing we are talking about here with CloudFormation as well. Okay, CloudFormation equal to Terraform. Exactly. Okay, so you might have seen in the Terraform class, we talk about that anything and everything, whatever we are doing inside AWS or any other cloud, platform, that can be done using Terraform, right? Similar way, I will say that similar thing I can do it with AWS CloudFormation. Okay, so CloudFormation is a tool for provisioning and configuring the resources. Okay, when I'm saying resources mean anything and everything. I told you, right? S3 bucket, okay, EC2 connections, uh, subnet, VPC, everything. That everything can be created using CloudFormation. Now, why we are using? So some benefits are there, like simplify infrastructure management, quickly replicate your infrastructure, DR purpose, right? It's a simple because it's a infrastructure as code, right? Infrastructure as code means your entire infrastructure is ready in one code. If you run that code, your entire infrastructure will get ready. So much benefit we have. easily control and track changes, right? And so these are the benefits. So just go through, these are just benefit. Okay, now we'll talk about the some key concept of AWS CloudFormation before we start, right? So the very first thing is template. Okay, so template can be written into, mostly template is being written into the JSON or Bible. Okay, that's the two format where the templates are being written. Okay, so JSON or YAML. Okay, so when I'm saying that JSON or YAML, okay, so now let's suppose that, as I'm saying, right, infrastructure as code. When I'm saying infrastructure as code, it means that it means that entire set of resources which we are going to be created, that we will write a code, right? Always we are saying it's a code, right? That code will be written into the JSON or YAML. Okay, same thing called as a template. Okay, when I'm talking about a concept of CloudFormation, so same code which we are writing to create resources, it's called template. Okay, it will be looks like something like that. There is a code actually. Again, you don't have to worry about it, that everything you have to write it. No, there is a templates are available for everything. Okay, you just have to refer it. Like, let's suppose, sorry. Okay, you can see here, for everything AWS have given you a code, basic code. Now you just have to use that code and put your value and use it, right? Anything that you are doing, for anything and everything, there is a code. Okay, customer gateway, client VPN, whatever you are going to use, whatever you are creating, for everything there is a code available. There is a code available, basic code. That basic code you can use. That basic code you can use and work as per your convenience, right? That's a basically a concept. So everything available. If you go here in the AWS CloudFormation, okay, documentation, you can read about it. Lot of documentation, very good documentation they have. You can understand how exactly they work. So CloudFormation is not a easy task actually. These days, everywhere people are using CloudFormation. Okay, like, I would not say that they're everywhere. Terraform still have the lot of market capture, but if you have the AWS account, and most of the resources are being created with the AWS, then people sometimes going with the AWS CloudFormation. Reason behind it, because it's easy to manage. It's not external tool. Okay, if anything got failed, immediately you have CloudFormation and you can connect, right? So in my experience, still I can see that the Terraform still, the market capitalization, if you talk about Terraform, still have a gain, but CloudFormation is not behind. Yeah, if we talk about particularly AWS, okay, obviously the CloudFormation is not applicable for others cloud providers, where Terraform is applicable for everything, right? But still they have a lot of the market capitalization. Okay, Terraform, but CloudFormation is good if you are using AWS cloud. Okay, so I've just copied a snippet from one of the. Just give me a moment. I'm getting a call. Just give me a moment. Hello. Yeah, sorry guys. So, okay. Now, few concepts that you should always remember. I'll talk about on the ground as well when I'll show you exactly. But just remember, okay, one thing is called as a stack. Okay. Now, what exactly the stack is? AWS CloudFormation, we manage related resource as a single unit called stack, right? So I'll talk about what exactly the stack. Let's suppose, stack can have everything. Okay, one stack can have, let's suppose, a lot of things. Let's suppose, a set of infrastructure is there, right? If I have to create, I can create one stack. In one stack, I can attach a multiple resources. Okay. Now, why stack creation is important? Because if you have stacks, what will happen? For you, it will be easy. The way in Terraform we were doing, right? Remember in Terraform, when you Terraform apply, whatever resources are there in the TF file, that will get updated, right? Same way here, we have we have a code here. We will write a code, the Terraform CloudFormation code. Okay, and if we create a stack out of that Terraform, sorry, every time I'm taking the name of Terraform. So when we create a stack out of that CloudFormation code, whatever the resources are being designed in that code, that will be get created in one go. Okay. Now the best thing is the way we were doing in the Terraform. In one go, you can manage everything, right? If I need to create 10 system, I can create 10 system. If I need to delete everything, all are very easy, right? That's the reason actually. That's the reason stack concept is there. I'll show you on the ground as well. Okay. Now change. What is change set? Okay, change set means if you want to do some changes, right? If you want to do some changes in the running resources, change set is a way how you can do it. It's a kind of in Terraform the way we were using uh, Terraform plan, right? Where it will show me what changes I'm going to do it. Okay, same kind of changes I can see in the change set. Not exactly, but yeah, that's a concept actually. So template, stack, and the resources. Third one is the resource. Resource is something which will be get created. AWS, S3, subnet, RDS, cluster, anything, right? Whatever is actually going to be created, that's called a physical resource. Don't go on the name of physical, right? It's a called a resource actually. That resource will be get created. Okay, so some exam facts and figures are there. Just go through it. Okay, now how CloudFormation works, right? So, updating, there are, there are procedure have been given how you can do that, but it's the best way that I'll show you on the ground how you can, delete, how you can do all these things. Okay, so it's the best way that I'll show you, then you'll get to understand. Okay, so for these things, let's do a practical of CloudFormation. Okay, so you'll get more idea how exactly it works. So I'll keep enable mode on. So if there is any changes that I can do. One more thing I would like to show you. So I think you can do the Google, you can find it, very well find it, but I'm just pasting it for your reference. Okay, and if I'll go here, draw.io. On that day actually, that infrastructure setup I have created, right? That I'm searching. Oh, this one, I believe. right? This one I have created on that day. Okay, so now if you see here, I think I have briefed you already on that day, right? What all the things is needed for a system to be created, right? I need a internet gateway, I need a VPC, right? I need a route table. Route table need to be attached with the subnet. Then I need a security group. Then somewhere and the subnet as well, obviously. Then in the finally you will create the EC2 machine, right? This is how your system actually works, right? You are able to uh, create your EC2 machine. Now remember when we were doing the day one, there was you know set of actions was there that we followed, right? That the I told you, right? Create a VPC, give some address, then create route table, create internet gateway, attach internet gateway to VPC, right? Security group, then EC2 instance. So all those actions we have done on the day one, right? That took a lot of time. That took a lot of time to doing all these things, right? Now what we are going to do it, all these works, we are going to do it with one code. Okay, all these things we are going to do it with one code. We will see how exactly it works. Okay, so now if I'll come here. Okay, so the very first thing that we need, okay, so we'll be doing it in the US East one. Okay, just remember we'll be doing this course into the US East one. So if you are in some different region, make sure you come back in a US East one. Okay, even though I think you can create this. Okay, let's follow the documentation itself. Unnecessary, we don't want to, create some problem. Okay, so be in US East one. I'll show you the code as well, what exactly the code is saying. Okay, so I'll change it to the Mumbai to Northern Virginia. Okay, so the very first thing which is needed is we have to create the key pair, right? Key pair name, again, you can change it as per, you can call it later, but that's fine. We'll follow the same documentation which this one is saying, right? So as per this, okay, as per this, we need to create a key pair called EC2 key pair CF template, right? Let's go there. Okay, remember how we can create that. You have to go in EC2. Remember, you should be in Northern Virginia region. Come here in the key pair section. Okay, I already have it, but I'll just delete for your information and create it again. Okay, I'll say create key pair, put the same name which I have given there, keep it default, don't change anything. Okay, simple. This will be get created. Anyway, will not need it, but fine. That's one thing. What else? Now we need a code. We need a code that can be used to create our resources, right? Now, how you can get the code? So you can very well click here. Okay, and just copy. Okay, before copying the key, copying the code, actually, I would like to show you there are few. Okay, let me just go through the code. Okay, now you can see here there are some different sections are there actually, the way code are being written. Okay, the very first thing is like written as a what is the type of your EC2 instance is allowed. Okay, now when I'm putting this all these versions, it means you can choose any one from these. Okay, let's suppose I'll remove the others, I'll just keep T2 micro. It means you can use only T2 micro. Rest of the other things you cannot utilize. Okay, so that's one. Then key name that we will be passed, SSH location, what exactly SSH connections that you are going to establish. Then AWS architecture that will be directly attached. If T2 micro I'm choosing, what is the architecture is going to be chosen? That information you have to put it here. Okay, and then a region to AMI. Okay, so we might face some issue because this is obviously AMI code we have given, but depending on the time to time they will keep changing actually. So sometime we'll get the error, so we'll sort out whether these AMI instances, the AMI resources are correct or not, AMI IDs. If it is not correct, then we'll correct it. Okay. Now, here is the main section from where resources will be getting started. So remember what all the things it needed to run a EC2 machine and to run uh, our infrastructure. Now, if I'll come here in day one, okay, lab, remember day one lab, and here is the environment setup, right? I told you that, sorry. Okay, so if you see this documentation, what all the steps we are doing, okay? So remember, we are creating a VPC. The very first step is create a VPC that you have already done it. Then subnet, public and private, okay? Then internet gateway, attach it to the VPC, right? Route tables, associate route table to the associate subnet to the route table. Okay, these are the basic steps that we are going to do it. Okay, I'll just correlate with the code that we have. Create public and private subnet. Okay, then create internet gateway and attach it to VPC, right? Then what else? Create route tables and attach to subnet. These are the higher level of plan that we have done, right? Now, if you come here in the code, okay, I'll just close the document, the environment one, so that you should not get confused. Okay, now if you come here in the resource, you can see here the resources. The very first one is I'm creating a VPC. I'm creating a public subnet. Keep noting, right? Public subnet. I'm creating an internet gateway. Then VPC gateway attachment, right? Then your gateway should be get attached to the VPC, right? This one I am doing. Then public route table is there. Then route table will create route table. Yes. And then public subnet route table association, the final stage attached to the public subnet. Here it will be a public subnet. Your public subnet will get attached to the route tables. Okay, that's done. Now the final one, right? These things are environment setup. Okay, environment setup. Okay, what about EC2 machine? What all the things is needed? Now, if my environment setup is done, now for EC2, what will be needed? Okay, I need a security group, right? I need a security group. Inside security group only you have to, then what else is needed? Okay, and then EC2 will be needed. EBS and etc. are part of that EC2 machine, right? So if you come here, I'm creating a security group, okay, and then I'm creating a web server instance, which is EC2 actually, okay. And remember, when I'm creating this EC2 machine, I'm configuring index.html as well. Means I'm configuring it as a web server. Okay, when web server will start it will show you this data. Okay, congratulations, you have successfully launched the AWS CloudFormation sample. If you want, I can add some more thing which is being tested in AWS DevOps class, right? This is just a page actually, the page which will be visible on the front page. Okay, that's done. Then that's it. Image ID and etc. You have to provide it. Okay, rest of the AWS concept actually, when the AWS will put there, those details are coming via AWS itself. So don't worry about it. Okay, so this is the entire code actually that we are going to use. Okay, and what this code is going to do it, this code will do this this thing. We'll create security group, then create EC2 and configure as web server. Okay, so this is the entire thing your code is going to do. So remember, on day one we have put a lot of effort to do all those things. Now we can do all at one go. So let's focus on our lab again. Okay, so we got the code. Okay, now let's navigate to the CloudFormation. Let's go to the CloudFormation. Okay, I'll say create stack. Okay, create stack, then create template in designer. Okay, the third one you have to choose, and then again you have to choose create template in a designer. I'm just following your document. I'm not updated anything, so everything is now here. I'll go in template section, just remove whatever there is in template and paste your code, same code which I have given to you. Okay, so something got problem. Sorry, code is not fully. So make sure you have full code. Okay, that's done. Now, if you come here, there is a correct sign, right? There is a tick box sign. So I have to validate the documentation first, whether the documentation are correct or not, right? So I will click this validate documentation. It says template is valid, right? So I'm good. Okay, then I'll say create stack. Just there is a cloud, there is a up arrow key in cloud that's called create stack actually. Okay, so I will go ahead and create it. Okay, now it's all set up. I'll say next. Okay, now few things we have to provide it here. Okay, so here if you come here, okay, so the name called as EC2 template. Again, the name I can keep anything. Okay, but depending if you want to change something, now you can see here all the options are listed. Whatever the options, remember I have given in the code, the same options are listed. Let's suppose I have just given T2 micro, right? Then anything will not be listed. Okay, so that's how it works actually. Okay, then next one is the key pair that you have to choose. SSH location is fine. The rest is good, I believe so. I will say next. Okay, and keep it everything default. Here we go. Now you see here, I have created one stack, right? One stack which is called EC2 CF template, CloudFormation template. Basically, why I have created one, so that everything, right? VPC, Internet Gateway, right? Everything will get created inside one template. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to go create VPC separate, Internet Gateway separate, attachment separate, EC2 separate. No, it's all at one go. Okay, I will just create one code, one stack, and my all the resources will be get created. That's a reason behind it. That's a benefit behind these CloudFormation or any of the provisioning infrastructure as code tool means actually. Okay, now you can see here there are a lot of things are in process, a lot of things have been already created. So let it complete. If it is get completed, we are expecting one EC2 machine, one VPC, one subnet, right? How I'm saying these things, right? I'm expecting this VPC to be created, a subnet to be created, an internet gateway to be created, a route table to be created, security group, and EC2 to be created, right? And that EC2 should work as a web server. So let's see. Let's wait it to be completed. There are a lot of things have been created, so give it 1 or 2 more minutes. If it is all good, otherwise if it get failed, then we have to investigate. Okay, what is the current status? Yep, something, a lot of things got created, a lot of things are still in progress. So let's wait. Okay, so I think it should be good now. Almost get created. Okay, let's go in EC2. Okay, I'll just open a duplicate session. So I'll go in EC2. I'll see my EC2. What is the status of my EC2? It should be running. Yes, you can see here the instance have came. Okay, initialization have been done, but it is yet to be ready. That's the reason it's still showing as a. So once it is ready, then it will show as a all green. Okay, so check past. Now, hopefully these things will go green very quickly. Okay. So few things are still in progress. Okay, let it be. That will take some time. Okay. Meanwhile, remember this machine I have configured as a web server, right? So how I can verify? I'll take this public IP, go there in the browser. Here you go, right? Congratulations, you have successfully launched the AWS CloudFormation sample, which is being tested in AWS DevOps class, right? I've just write down. Now, this is very basic, right? Just the front page is there. Now, if you want to set up a, something really fancy, something you want to add, some page, your photo you want, right? Anything that you want, you can do, up to you. But this is the way actually how you can. So, lot of things can be managed via CloudFormation stacks. Okay. Now, if you come here in the stack information, you'll get a lot of information. What exactly? Okay, events it will show what have been done, what have been completed, right? In progress, then it got completed. Okay, main section is resources. Here it will show you what all the things got created actually. So web server, security group got attached, VPC have been created, subnet group, right? All these things. Okay, if I copy and paste it here, I think it will be similar which we have discussed. You see? Right? All the resource information, everything you will be getting from here. So list from CloudFormation. Okay. Same thing we discussed, right? Same thing we were planning, and we can see that the similar thing have been done. Okay, some output is also there. If you don't want to go via this way, I said the copy and paste. If you don't want to go, you can directly click here and it will land you on the page. Okay. Then parameters, which we have passed, T2 micro and the key pairs. Template is something that we passed it. Okay, so template also you can copy. This is the same template that we have passed it. Okay, so change set is this one that I was talking about. If you want to update something, you can edit it. Okay, and you can see what difference is going to be happening. That's actually a change set. And good thing is everything you can manage via one go. You have seen that everything I have created at one go. Now you will see that the everything I can delete it one go. Okay, template I have chosen. I'll go, I say delete. Okay. So if I'll go here and events, delete in progress, it should go down. Okay. You see, my instance is gone. Okay. So this is the way actually you can see here. It will just and everything. I don't have to do any code. The code is already set up. Whenever you need, just go create it. Whenever you need, just delete it. Simple. Okay. Any questions? Okay, S3 bucket, this one is also given. I have given this one. If you really want to do that, that's a similar kind of, the practice is there. If you really want, you can do that one as well. So, creation of S3 bucket, how you can play around it. So because I have shown you this one, because this one have the lot of contents actually. So a lot of resources, right? Subnet, VPC, everything is being created at one go. That's why I've shown you this. Okay, any question? Okay, so one more concept that we are going to talk about is elastic bean stack. Okay, then I'll wrap up this elastic bean stack. Then I'll wrap up this AWS thing. Okay, and I will ask you to go through. Okay. Hmm. So what exactly the elastic bean stack? Sorry, yeah, here it is. Okay, so remember, beanstalk is being used. Beanstalk is being mostly used by the developers. Okay, so what exactly? Why the beanstalk is being used? So beanstalk is something is being used for the some application purpose. Let's suppose application versioning. If you want to manage it, right? I can create a version, and I can create a version, and I can upload my code there actually. Okay, so there is a concept of blue-green deployment, right? Blue-green deployment is very well managed, can be very well managed via Elastic Beanstalk. Okay, so I can have a similar kind of code in two different environments. So basically, what will happen every time there will be two different environments will be there. Okay, so the benefit is if there is anything happen to one environment, there will be another environment will be always ready. Okay, so that's a concept of so now why beanstalk is being used. Beanstalk is something where you can upload your code or upload your application, and that application can be directly configured and used in via elastic beanstalks. Okay, I'll show you what exactly I'm trying to show. So let's go back to our original one region. Search for elastic beanstalk. Okay, so here it goes. Here you can see, right? So now one more thing you have to remember. Okay, there is no specific charges for your beanstalk actually. Okay, so it's basically end-to-end web application management. You can see elastic beanstalk is an easy to use service for deploying and scaling the web application and services developed with the Java, .NET, PHP, Node.js, Python, Ruby, etc. Right? All these applications can be managed and deployed using Elastic Beanstalk. Okay. Now, good thing is for deployment, you don't have to pay anything. Okay. So whatever the resources are going to be created, you just have to pay for that resources, nothing else. Okay, so I will show you. I'm not going to create the application obviously because I don't have any application, but I can show you how exactly. Let's suppose I'll say it dev. Okay, I'll choose what application I'm going to run it. Let's suppose I'm going to run a Java, whatever the default version is there, and I will say sample application. I can upload my code as well, right? But because I don't have code, I will say Java application, and let's create it. Okay, it is creating. So You can see the environment it is getting created, right? Security group it will create. Remember everything, whatever is needed, that will be created by AWS. That's called development environment. Dev, I have given the name, right? So environment health has transitioned to pending, initialization in progress, running for 57 minutes. There are no instances, right? Because basically I have just created a basic one. Okay. Scaling group also have been created. Okay. I'll just show you what all the things is being getting created. Let it finish. CloudWatch alarm also got created. Now remember all these things, if you're going for planning of your application, you have to do all these things by yourself, right? Now what cloud beanstalk is doing, elastic beanstalk is doing, elastic beanstalk is creating everything for you. Okay, so you don't have to go one by one. Okay, you don't have to go one by one. This is everything will be get created by whatever is needed, like monitoring is needed, auto scaling groups are needed, right? Then EC2 instance will be needed, right? Everything will be needed for one application to be run. Okay, and this is all that will be get created via them. Okay, that's called a dev application. So let it finalize, then I'll show you. Load balancer is also getting created. Let it get completed, then I'll show you. The scene have been ready. There will be remember one more duplicate session I'll open. So basically load balancer will also be get created part of this. So I'll just show you the load balancer as well. Okay, there is the load balancer. About to create. Okay, meanwhile it is getting successfully launched the dev environment, right? I'm just about to finish actually. So now you can see here basically what exactly when I said that the development environment, right? One of the application I launched. Okay, what this application is all about. So basically that application have the application have been created. There is an environment that you have to set up actually. So in that environment, the application, your application, you can see here, right? Now your application have been created, right? Your application have been created. Okay, now platform I have used the Java. Platform I have used Java. Okay, so basically what remember one application, if there is a one web application, what all the things is needed? The front page is very important, right? Now there is a load balancer as well to be configured. Reason behind it, because if the load balancer is not there, what will happen? If there is only one machine, if it got down, the another will, your machine will be completely down, right? So for that purpose, actually, so load balancer will be, load balancer will be available. Now you can see here, basically that's nothing but, it's a load balancer name itself that they have just changed it actually a bit. So if you click on this application, you will see your first web application is ready, right? It's working as a front page. They have listed as a, where exactly you have to go, what all the things, everything. So this is the first page. Now remember, this is the sample code that we have, right? That I have just sample code which AWS have given to me. I have just built it. But if it is your code, you can make it in a way that you can just upload your code. AWS will make sure what all the things is you need, right? You need a EC2 machine to be created. You need a security group to be created. You need load balancer to be created. You need a CloudWatch need to be created. Everything will be get created by AWS itself. It's a totally managed service. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. And the good thing is AWS is not charging anything for being stack service. Okay, they will only charge you for the resources that you have created, right? When I'm saying resources, like, for EC2, whatever the charges will be there, for load balancer, whatever the charges are there, that charge I have to pay, nothing else. Okay, you got it? You can see here, right? It's very good service. Everything will be automatically ready. Any questions here? Okay, so you can see here, if you want to, deploy still, if you have a code you want to deploy, I can deploy and I can, use this service for the upgrade purpose. Okay, so this is all the service have been created. Good thing again is management is again very easy. If I want to delete that, restoration, everything, rebuild environment, everything is possible, and that too easy. Okay, so if I want to delete this, I can delete from here. I delete, so there is a clone option as well. Yep, delete application. I have to say, and I have to give the name as environment. Sorry, the smaller one. It's a name specific. So you can see here, I'll delete, everything will be get deleted in the backend. Okay, this one will go away in some time. This machine will get terminated. Just give it some time. Once it is started deleting, then you will see that this machine will get terminated and this page will not be available as well. So now basically I'll give you that task that, you can very well connect this machine. Okay, very well connect this machine and see what happening. Okay, what is the code, what code got deployed, right? How we are getting this front page, all these things you can manage actually. Not deploy, not deleted. Now shutting it down. Okay, so now it should go down. the page will also go. Okay, so that's gone. Page is also gone. Okay, so this is the way actually Elastic Beanstalk is very good service. If somebody, you know, from the application development, they wants to utilize it, this could be a very good service. Okay, monitoring, I have already told you there is a CloudWatch. Okay, so I will not go through in detail because one monitoring Nagios I have already covered. Okay, so we'll focus on the next topic, which is the Kubernetes actually. So Kubernetes will focus how the Kubernetes works. That is basically we have to cover it. Then once the Kubernetes is done, then the Jenkins is the section. Okay.
Okay, sounds good, Rahul. I would love to do hands-on with you on both of those. Those are something I came
That's
across,
good.
and I need to catch up on those things.
So Kubernetes, you want to do it with me, right?
Yeah. I want to like keep up with you on hands-on on both. You know.
Yeah, that's fine. So whoever, like, you know, it's not only Sunil, so anybody, like, you know, I can see Francis and Adele is also there. If you guys also wants to, you know, follow with me, and Kubernetes, mostly the practice is only there. Theoretical part is very less actually. So mostly I'll cover on the practical part itself. So, you know, it is being deleted, environment is being deleted. Meanwhile, I think, you know, it's a good time to have a break. Okay. Once we will come back, I think environment will get deleted and then we'll focus on the Kubernetes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Once we'll back, then we'll start the Kubernetes.
Be back in 6 minutes, right? Or
6-7 minutes. Yep. 6-7 minutes.
Okay. Thank you.